I'm Jessica, and welcome to today's segment on a very popular topic that has been a worldwide issue, especially in the past decade.
Sugar shock has been affecting our lives and the environment without the concern of our people. Whether it's genetically modified foods, impacts on coffee, consumption and production of sugar, or even styrofoam, paper, and plastic usage.
Today we are with Professor Alex Thole here to tell us a little about genetically modified foods and its impacts. Welcome, Alex. So, Alex, tell us a little about genetically modified foods, especially non-organic milk.
Well, nowadays, cows have been frequently pumped with bovine growth hormones. This hormone is injected into the cows every other week to force them to produce more than they normally do.
So how does this hormone affect the cows?
The injected hormone leaves a lot of negative effects on the cows themselves. First, cows are prone to udder infections called mastitis, which is a condition that can increase the amount of cow's pus that ends up in milk. Also, since mastitis is treated with antibiotics, there are remains of residue in the milk. The bovine growth hormone stimulates the production of insulin GF1, which creates more milk. This may seem beneficial, however, it can lead to breast, prostate, or colon cancer.
Does this affect the environment in any way?
Technically, yes, because we are pumping a species with unnatural levels of hormone, which is killing them earlier than they would.
Now that you informed us on the impact on cows and the environment, I'm curious as to what the effect is on people for us who drink this milk.
Well, for those that drink the milk, they are ingesting pus and bacteria, as well as antibiotic residues, which raises our chances of diseases such as cancer.
Wow, I never would have imagined the milk we drink being contagious. Now, why don't you tell us a little about the king of genetically modified foods, which I believe is corn.
Yes, you're right. Corn is definitely defined as the king of genetically modified foods. Corn is actually grown in a pool of pesticides. In fact, the U.S. has more than 100 million acres of farmland strictly devoted to genetically modified crops. The corn industry brings $80 billion a year, and with the use of products such as corn syrup, beverages, cereals, the growers are not slowing down the use of pesticides, but actually speeding up. Farming corn is increasing drastically and keep up with the demand because these farmers refuse to change the way they grow this product.
And how does corn affect our environment, as well as the people?
Well, corn companies are disrupting with the natural makeup with corn in order to kill off rootworms from hurting their corn, but now species seem to be immune to the pesticides. Because of this, they are increasing the use of pesticides, which is harming the atmosphere by releasing toxins. For the people consuming this corn, they are eating genetically modified foods that are not healthy in any way for their bodies.
That's terrible. Well, thank you, Professor Alex, for being here and sharing your findings.
Thank you for having me.
One thinks we should be eating is the one causing most harm.
Well, now that a lot of us are aware that products such as styrofoam, plastic, and paper products affect the environment, one of our reporters, Joseph Mulholland, has taken the liberty of finding a little more information on this topic. To you, Joseph.
Thank you, Julia and Jessica. I have been doing a little research myself on the usage of products such as styrofoam, paper, and plastics and their impacts on the environment, as well as the people. Per year, Americans generate 1.7 million tons of waste from plastic, styrene, paper cups, and plastic. 25 to 30% of landfills are mainly plastic products. Styrofoam is made of benzene and styrene, which are both known to be toxic when broken down, and the molecules from styrofoam tend to get into food and become estrogen mimickers. Styrene is the main component in styrofoam and many other plastics. Annually, there are 90,000 workers exposed, and these exposures cause genetic mutations and increased risk for cancer. Products such as styrofoam take at least 500 years to decompose in landfills. These products are also known to be poisonous to humans and animals and pollute many water sources. The exposure of many of these products causes mutation in livestock, and forests have been destroyed to create landfills. Styrofoam is one of the main pollutants of oceans, bays, and other water resources. These products, like many, have been known to pollute the earth greatly, causing us to be breathing harsh chemicals. This is Joseph Mulholland. Back to you.
The coffee industry has taken a big toll on many of our lives. With coffee shops and Starbucks on every corner, we have gained a habit of getting coffee on the regular. But in reality, is the coffee we are drinking harming us?
Leona got a chance to interview a couple coffee plantation researchers, and here was her findings.
Thank you, Julie and Jessica. Today I'm here with two coffee plantation researchers here to inform us about the environmental impact of coffee. Welcome.
Thank you for having us.
How much land is taken up for coffee plantations?
Well, like many of you could have guessed, Brazil is the world's king of coffee, and there's actually 2.5 million acres in Central America alone cleared for coffee farming. Many countries produce coffee grounds, and 37 out of the 50 states or countries in the world with the highest deforestation rates are coffee producers, which causes issues because to grow crops, rain is needed.
So can one of you explain some of the impacts coffee has had on our environment?
Yes. Due to the higher temperatures and shifting patterns in the tropics, the production of coffee has been affected greatly. Many plantations have developed what is called coffee rust, which is fungus and invasive species that have become the new norm in these plantations. There are also been several severe droughts in these tropical countries that grow coffee grounds, such as Brazil. These droughts have caused prices to skyrocket, and many analysts have predicted that Latin American coffee is soon going to have to relocate to Asia. But coffee plantations play a part in as well in the climate change. Most plantations have carved cut in rainforest and is mainly treated with ecologically changing pesticides.
Is there any other place where coffee can be grown?
Yes, in Africa, there are a number of regions suitable for growing coffee. This number is predicted to drop anywhere from 65% to 100% as the climate continues to warm. As well in India, there are several plantations as well. But in the past 10 to 15 years, the global weather patterns have made a direct bearing on its coffee forests.
Is coffee the only crop being affected in these plantations?
No. Water resource, agricultural systems, cultural operations, plantation economics, and loss of plant genetic resources have all taken a severe toll
In these coffee plantations, how much are the farmers paid compared to the price of coffee?
For every $2.50 of a cup sold, farmers actually get less than a penny, unless there is fair trade, where it guarantees the farmer $1.26 per pound, which turns out to be 4 cents a cup.
How has coffee taken an impact to our society today?
Well, in today's society, 100 billion cups are drunk in the U.S. per year, and 500 billion worldwide. The coffee culture has sprung up over the last few decades, and just in the U.S. alone, Americans consume 400 million cups per day.
Wow, I never knew coffee had such a great impact. Well, hopefully this has informed many and will go through our mind when getting that morning coffee they desire. I'm Liana Russo. Back to you.
I never knew coffee was being affected so much by the environment, nor that it could impact the environment greatly.
We all love sweets, and what makes these foods sweet is sugar. Sugar is in mainly every food we eat, whether it is a pie or strawberry, but sugar is affecting our environment for the worst. Here is a small segment done by our very own Liana Russo on sugar consumption and production.
In the world, which is approximately 110 pounds per year. The average American consumes 126.4 grams per sugar, consuming the most sugar per day compared to many other countries. Today, the average German consumes 102.9 grams per day. The average Dutch consumes 102.5 grams. Average Irish consumes 96.7 grams per day, and the average Australian consumes 95.6 grams per day. And the sugar is still accumulating each day. In sugar production, sugar is responsible for more biodiversity loss than any other crop. Habitats are being destroyed to make way for plantations, and is affecting the soil, water, and air. Water on the reef suffers from large quantities of effluent pesticides and sediment from sugar farms. Rivers in Africa and Asia have dried up due to the thirsty, water-intensive production, and soil fertility has declined by about 40% in the last 3 decades in heavy sugarcane cultivation regions. Plus, pollution is caused to the air. As well, plantation workers in Central America are dying of chronic kidney disease due to the heat stress and hydration. At these plantations, water is not supplied, people collapse, faint, and vomit during the process. It is actually the second most common way of dying in Adalberto. Sugar affects the environment because habitats are being destroyed and the soil, water, and air are being polluted in order for sugar to be produced. Sugar also affects the people because sugar does not only harm people's health, but the people working these plantations are being harmed by their harsh and deadly working conditions. We eat sugar every day and think of it as no big deal, but because of sugar, our climate is warming and people are dying.
Unbelievable how something so sweet could cause so much harm.
Well, that is all the time we have today.
I'm Julia.
I'm Jessica.
See you tomorrow. Have a great day.
Oh man, I broke down.
You should definitely get Jump No More.
Jump No More is a product here to revolutionize the industry of car batteries and car functionality. Jump No More has 2 fan attachments that clip on to the inside of your car's grille that are used to keep your car battery always fully charged and ready to go. Jump No More uses a series of steps to convert wind into electricity. While driving, Jump No More forces compressed air through the grille slots, hence rotating the small turbines. Those turbines then rotate the small generator inside of the product, putting electrical currents into the positive and negative battery packs. In order for the electricity generated through the Jump No More to reach the car battery, the driver or consumer will have to attach jumper cables to the battery packs and then to their car battery, providing an ongoing supply of electricity. Think about it, your car battery will never fail on you again. Jump No More is $49.99, and if you call us right now at 1-800-NEVER-JUMP, we will send you your very own pair of heat-resistant Jump No More cables, free of charge.
Consumption and production of sugar, or even styrofoam, paper, and plastic usage.
Today we are with Professor Alexander.
I'm done. Nowadays, the coffee industry has taken a big toll on many of our lives. Coffee shops and Starbucks on every corner, we've gained a habit of getting coffee on the regular. But in reality, is the coffee that we're drinking harming us?
Deanna got a chance to interview a couple coffee plantation producers.
Are you kidding me?
Water resource, agricultural systems, cultural operations, plantation economics, and loss of plant genetic resources have all taken a severe toll, and all crops inside coffee forests have been affected.
In these coffee plantations, how much are the farmers paid compared to the price of coffee?
For every 2.55 million acres in Central America alone cleared for coffee farming. Many countries produce coffee grounds, and 37 out of the 50 countries in the world with the highest deforestation rates are coffee producers, which causes issues because to grow crops